All right, guys, thanks for coming into the apartment building Tycoon. I've taken the step from single families to fully focus on multi-families, but I'm still showing guys how to do it who want to come in at the single family level and then step up to the multi-family level. Or maybe when you see my videos, you'll be like, there's no sense wasting my time on the single family. Let me go to the multi-family, the small 5 to 50 units. We have the mom and pop shops running it. And they don't know how to manage it, or maybe they're tired, or maybe they're divorced, or maybe there's repairs that they can't fix because they don't have the money anymore and they just want out of it. Or maybe they're looking for somebody creative, somebody smooth, and somebody jazzy like yourself to come along and offer them an alternative. If that's something that you're interested in, definitely check out www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com. www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com. Hopefully you can spell that, guys. It's Tycoon, apartmentbuildingtycoon.com. Other than that, let's get over here and answer the age-old question. There's a lot of age-old questions going on the internet. They've been there since I started almost 15 years ago. And the next one here that I'm entertaining or going to answer is flip cheap houses. Okay, and then the next one, how to get money to flip out. Okay, flip cheap houses. Everybody wants to know how to flip cheap houses. Well, one of the things, just like in anything, I always say you got to be able to get directly to the owner of record on a property. And when you're getting to an owner of record of a property, it eliminates the real estate agent, so there's no commissions kicked in there. And you probably want somebody that's not around on a day-to-day basis. So I look for people who are out-of-state owners. Now, when you talk about getting cheap properties, one of the ways to get them for pennies on the dollars is to get the tax deed properties before they get to the sale. Now, you actually have to find a list, and I'm going to show you where you can go to find that in your town. You find the people who are about to lose their property. I mean, the county's going to take it. There is no end. There is no tomorrow. There is no loan modification. There's no stopping it. There's no attorney that can do anything. If these taxes aren't paid, the property's gone. This is one of the highest level of motivated sellers and owners that you'll ever find. A lot of times these guys have been left properties and they don't want them. They're not in this town. Maybe the property's in Florida, where I'm located in Orlando, and maybe they're in Massachusetts, and they just don't want to stop their life to get on a plane, to find an attorney, to look at a property that they don't have any interest in. So if you understand that and the motivating factors of why people do things, you'll make a lot of money in this business. So this business is 95% marketing and negotiating. So you got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to locate these properties. You got to know how to do it when a real estate agent's not there. And you got to know how to do the things that other real estate investors aren't doing. All right. So with that being said, let's go look at what I'm talking about with this tax deed properties to find some cheap houses to flip. Now, the reason they're cheap to flip is because the county only wants the back taxes on the property. The taxes on a property is normally 1 to 3%, 5% tops of the value of the home. So if you can reach out to these people and maybe start with some land like I did maybe back in 2006, 2007. And what I would do is I would go find a piece of land, maybe like a half-acre lot of land in between two houses that were already there. And I would buy it from the tax sale for $2,000. And they were worth about $15,000. And I would go knock on both persons' doors, send letters to people on both sides and say, hey, how you doing? Just want to let you know I'm the new owner of the land in between here that you've been mowing for me and making sure the snakes don't grow. And I thank you very much. But I'd like to know if you're willing, if you want to expand on your land. Would you like to turn your half an acre into a solid acre? And they look and they're like, well, let me think about it. I'm like, while you're thinking about it, I'm going to go to your neighbor. Right. And I'm going to say to your neighbor, hey, how you doing? I just purchased this piece of property. Thank you for keeping it up for me and keeping the snakes out of it and mowing it for me. Would you like to have a solid acre? And the first person that tells me yes, I'm going to try to sell it for retail. See, they know what it goes for, but they don't know what I got it for. And that's none of their business. And if I can pick up a property for $2,000 or raise some money from some people that want to team up with me for $2,000 and sell it to somebody for $10,000 to $12,000 or possibly $15,000, I'm going to do that all day. And I'm sure you're going to do it all day too. Guys, I just want to let you know, when you deal with me, there's no fluff. There's no magic bean. There's no smoke screens. Hopefully you like my style and you like the way that I come to you, because I really, really know what I'm talking about. I still do this today, and I have some experience that a lot of these so-called jokers out there don't have. So if you want the real deal, stay tuned. All right. So let's go find out about these tax deeds that I'm telling you about. All right. Let me just lift this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing up top here. So I'm just going to lift that up there so you can see it, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in tax deed sale, and I'm going to put in, let's just say Lee County. Okay. Now, there's in Florida, there's 67 counties. Just want to let you know that. When I was in the Northeast in Connecticut, I was actually flipping properties down in Florida, right here in Lee County. That's how I know these things, and I kind of got pretty good at them, so I know what I'm talking about. So listen good, okay? So a lot of the places now, they're doing the auctions online instead of live right there, and there's no better feeling than going in there and picking up that property over people and outbidding the next person and getting a gauge of the energy in the room so that you can do this. But I think Lee still does it live, so let's just see what's going on here. And I'm going to give you a nice little schooling here. You don't mind, do you? Give you a little schooling on how this whole thing works. Once again, a tax deed, you got to understand that what makes this so deadly for you and what makes you be able to get it for a cheap price is that they've not paid the taxes in the state of Florida for 2 years, 22 months to be exactly, almost 2 years. And the counties actually sent them letters to say, pay your taxes, right? And they said, no, I ain't paying no taxes. I ain't got no money. Or they just didn't even open up the mail. So what's going to happen is the county's going to sell off. They're going to form what's called a tax certificate, right? As you see right there. A tax certificate means you don't own it with a tax certificate. It just means that you have a lien on a property. And the county said, here, hey, Mr. Investor, you take this, give us $2,000, and we'll still help you collect on the property. And when somebody buys it, or when they pay off their bill, we're going to give you the money you spent plus 18% interest. The state of Florida, right? That's why I love it. So the tax certificate is a lien that you'll have to get a percent on your money. But when you want to own that property, you're going to go to tax deeds. So we're going to tap in right here on tax deeds. Okay, I don't want to know what the tax deed process is for the wrong thing I hit on. I want to know where the sale is. So let's just find that. Tax deed sales, online public information sites. View tax deed files. Every county is different here, guys. They want me to add this to the pop-up blocker. And I'm going to do that. And we're done. And let's see. They let us in now. Once again, I like to keep these videos short and sweet for you, like the spoon feed. You don't want to dump everything on you at one time. But if you want more information on this, I do still teach a little bit about the single families, but I will, over at www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com. Yeah, for some reason I'm having a little bit of difficulty on this one here, but for the sake of time, we're going to go somewhere else. We're going to go Google another county. And we're going to put in Polk County. Just want you to be able to see this, so let me lift this up here. But this is how you find cheap properties. One of the ways. Polk County tax deed sale. All right, so we're going to click on that. Hopefully we can get over here in this tax deed sales online. Okay, we're going to go ahead on and click on that and see what's going on. Tax deed sales online right over here. We're going to click on that. I should say that, not that, whatever I said. Sometimes you get a little lazy with the tongue, right? So, tax deed sales online. That's what we're looking for. Click here to access tax deed sales online. Once again, this is one of the great ways to find tax deeds. Okay, you know what? I'm going to run over somewhere else. I'm sorry, guys, because I don't want to do the online one. a little bit more complex. So we're going to go, let me see, I'm going to go to another county in Florida. And you could do this yourself also. All right, Seminole County tax deed sale. If you got any questions or anything like that, upcoming tax deed sales, this is what I like. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and now this is how you do it. See right here, there's an opening bid of $1,828.08. That means that that's what the taxes are that are owed on that property. It doesn't matter what the property costs. That's all the county wants right here. So what we can do, especially when you're talking about land, what we can do is we can reach out to these owners ahead of time, and most of them don't want it. So what I can do is look right here, find out what the parcel ID is, take this, highlight it, Control C, right? Come over to another thing here, another tab, and now Google the property appraiser's office. I'm speeding up a little bit here. We got 15 minutes on each of these. Don't really want to go over that with you guys. But what was that? Seminole, right? Seminole County. Now I want the property appraiser. This is how you find out who owns that property. And that's some work to be done, but if you want to create a fortune for yourself, do this. Follow my lead. I'm not going to lead you in the wrong direction. Be like your favorite uncle over here. All right, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put that same parcel ID number in there. All right, I'm going to hit search. Find out exactly what this property is. Please allow pop-ups. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I thought I allowed this before. Okay. So the owner of this property, normally when you see this at ATL, maybe there's more people in here, maybe somebody's died on that. But I would send a letter to this place right here. And this is actually land. How do I know it's land? Because there's no physical address right there. So the value of the property that they're saying is $13,500. Now, if you remember, it was $1,800 that was in the back taxes that was owed. So typically with these values right here, a lot of times it'll be just 70% of the appraised value. So it may be worth even a little bit more than that. So if you want to do this over and over again and go through all of those lists, definitely do that and you'll find some very, very cheap properties. Now, what I may want to do just to, well, no, I can't. Let's see if I can see a map viewer here. And I see some things that tell me a little bit more information, but this video, we're not going to go into all of that. So I'm just going to look over here. And this is how I find a lot of cheap properties that I can flip over to other investors, because in this game, you want to be the wholesale guy, right? You don't want to be chasing after the other wholesalers and they have all the power. So this is how you get the power, by going to places where they don't go and where they don't know, right? So, okay, here's the parcel right here. And let's look at it on, can we look at it? On Google Maps? Yeah, I think we can look at it. Yeah, see, yeah, we're going to see it. Guys, hopefully you're liking this stuff. I always give the real value because that's just the type of guy that I am. No magic beans, no fluff, no smoke screens, none of that stuff. Right? So it's not showing right here, but I can tell you that it's a parcel of land, and in another video I can show you where to go in and find all that information out. But if you just keep doing that over and over again, definitely that's just one of the places. If you want more information on what I do, go over to www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com. Guys, I teach you how to get apartment buildings the same way you get the single family, none of your money, none of your credit. Show you how to put syndicates together, that's pools together, companies together, that you can put an investment plan together, put some powerful contracts called real estate options together, get it on a property, whether it's land or a house or commercial or storage units or whatever it is, and show you how to put a plan together and sell an entire plan for maybe $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 depending on what's going on. But you know, so many times people don't believe, or they don't know that they can start out in multifamily housing. And you can. If I would know what I know now back almost 15 years ago, I would have jumped straight into this. So if that's something that you're interested in, you're like me and you like the big money, go to www.apartmentbuildingtycoon.com. Talk to you soon. Bye.